So community question, people haven't done one of these in ages. So as usual, I'm not prepared at all. I'm just gonna wing it. And yeah, today's topic. I haven't done a community question, I think, in years. I would guess 2 years. Not any community question that I started anyway. So the community question is today: do you have something in your life, like a movie, or for me, this time, TV series that fucking sounded like the whole house was gonna fall down? Yeah, they making new fucking parking spaces on the back of the house. Fucking hell. For a month, every day this sound of new silence. No silence, I mean. Brought to you by Original. I think there's some Finnish long drink shit. This for you, Ian. I know you like your gin. So this is gin and grapefruit. And grapefruit as a fruit I don't like. But with gin, it's not too bad. Got it. Icy glass here. So the community question is: do you have something that you can watch over and over and over again through life, and you never get tired of it? For me, before TV series took over my life, like 10, 15 years ago, had movies like that I watched over and over and over again. I would probably make a video about that at another time, you know. I still watch those movies sometimes, but not like I used to do before I got TV series. So I have, like, I would say about 10 TV series. Yeah, I know, 10 TV series that I watch over and over and over. That's why sometimes I fall behind on newer TV series. But you know, I'm single. I don't have much other things to do, and then, you know, YouTube and hanging with friends sometimes, or, you know, play games or watch TV series. So I have a lot of time for that. But why watch TV series over and over again, you ask? Because they're, I don't know, many of these has, you know, a big place in my heart. I really like watching them. I feel good when I watch them, even, you know. It's like taking a happy pill, you know, when I watch an episode of, especially one TV series I'm going to talk a little bit about, that really, you know, I don't know. I come to a very happy place when I watch these TV series. I know a lot of people out there like yourself, you probably have that with movies. So you know what I'm fucking talking to, or music, you know. You can listen to a song over and over again for the rest of your life, you know. You know, every other week you can hear the song again, and you know, you never get tired of it. So okay, so I'm expanding now, so you can put music on as well if you want to do the community question here. I'm going to talk about TV series, and I have about 10 TV series that I watch over and over again. And the first one, yeah, we can take that one because I'm watching it right now, and that is Battlestar Galactica, the new one. I watched the original one as well. Battlestar Galactica is about yeah, like made up different planets, colonies, as I call it, 12 colonies. And prior to the series, beginning, uh, man has developed and taken forth, a robot, and, you know, artificial intelligence, and you know, in the beginning they are household helpers, and but the time goes by, they get, you know, maybe used as soldiers, or they get smarter and smarter, and finally, you know, they, you know, stand up against humanity, and there's war. So this series starts long after the war, 50 years after the war. The Silence, which are the name for the robots, have, you know, they are gone. You know, they take, you know, actually they gave up and ran off. You know, they lost the war. So now 50 years later, you know, they come back, but as something much, even much more advanced than before, and that's when this story kicks in. This series kicks in. I don't want to spoil it, but it is fan-fucking-tastic. It is. There's a lot of different. There are 4 seasons, but there are also a lot of different movies. Especially a lot of webisodes, small webisodes that's put together now, as you can see them as a whole one. And there's a lot of TV movies on the side, like Razor, The Plan, and stuff like that. You could easily Google how you should see them to get the best effect. Actually, the way the makers made them is probably not the best order to watch it as well. So, but don't quote me on that. Next one we're gonna talk about is actually the number 1 on my sci-fi list. I did like 3 years ago, maybe, on the channel. This is my favorite. This came in number 1 spot, but I was very close call with the number 2, and I actually think the number 2 now is number 1. But back then, 3 years ago, this was number 1, and that's Babylon 5. And Babylon 5 is fantastic. Babylon 5 is a space station far out, far away from Earth. A big space station with 250,000 people living there, like a big city, and it's like a meeting spot, or melting pot for all the different cultures, different aliens and humans. Everybody come together, and this is about the life on this space station, which is more like a city. They even got fucking subway in there. And the best thing about Babylon 5 is the characters in this one is fan-fucking-tastic. Many of them are like epic, and like he's one of the best characters in any TV series ever made, I think. Like Jakar or Londo Mollari. Many people think he hasn't aged well. There's not a HD version out there, like a Blu-ray, because the original, whatever that is called, actually they lost them or something like that, so they can't really make an HD version, I think, something like that. But there is a Russian person, don't quote me on this either, that has made a kind of a fake HD one, which I have, and it looks fantastic. Maybe the first season, it looks a bit, B, it doesn't look, A class at all. But it's an old TV series. But if you look further beyond that, it's a fantastic TV series. That is one of the smartest TV series I've seen in my life, because there's a red line through the whole series, and when you can follow everything that happens, and something that happened in first season, in 5th season you see that, oh, that's why he did that. So everything is so smartly done, and yeah, it is I will give it 9.8 out of 10. It is almost perfect TV series. So I watched that over and over as well. And the next one I'm going to talk about is Australian sci-fi TV series, which is also very, very good. And a lot of people dismiss this series by saying it's ridiculous. They all the characters are so over the top, and I don't know, the main characters over American, and very like loud and obnoxious. But the thing is, if you can sit through maybe the first 10-11 episodes of Farscape, you will enter a love story. I'm telling you, this will scar you for life in a good way, because it is one of the best TV series ever made. Doesn't have to be sci-fi, it's just fucking fantastic, especially a bit into the first season, when everybody gets into their characters, and you start almost becoming friends with the characters and understanding them. And what Farscape is, without spoiling it, is this like a renegade ship um, that's actually alive, and there's somebody driving the ship, but he's kind of integrated with the ship. The pilot, he's called the pilot. That's what's his name. So he pilots the ship together with the ship, you know. And there's like fugitives in the ship. They are running away from peacekeepers. They've been in jail there. Peacekeepers is a race in this TV series. So everybody on the ship are different races, and you know, they are really, you know, weird kind of characters in this one, and how the obnoxious American ends up in this ship. I'm not going to tell you because, you know, I don't want to spoil it, but watch it. And don't forget to watch the after the series ends, and watch the movie Peacekeepers Wars, because yeah, it's a 9.4 out of 10. And next one we're going to talk about is Firefly. Joss Whedon's Firefly, which sadly only came out at one season. And this is also something I watch over and over again. All these I watch almost, maybe these 10 I watch, I haven't said that, but I watch them, it's like a cycle of 2 years, maybe 1.5 years, and I watch all of these. It's like my good night stories. I often fall asleep, and you know, in the middle of an episode, and I have my TV on timer so it turns off. So it's, you know, kind of a good night story for me. Firefly, or Joss Whedon's Firefly, fantastic, but boy did Fox, you know, the people who made the TV series, but Joss Whedon made them, but Fox paid him. They fucked up this series. I don't know what their fucking plan was with the whole thing, because Firefly is a gem. It is an absolute gem out there. It's about also about like a renegade ship with traders on the ship, and there are very different kind of characters on the ship. Some really good characters, some not so good, but yeah, together on this fantastic ship. They explore and they do like shady deals, and you know, they are, you know, semi legit, these guys. Not, I mean, and what a lot of people say about this is like Western sci-fi, if that even possible, but you know, especially with the music and the mood and how they dress, you know, it feels like a Western sci-fi, and they speak Chinese in it as well, which is the new language in this TV series. Yeah. Firefly, I don't want it to say too much more than Google the way to see the TV series, because if you watch it the way Fox wants you to see it, because I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them, it's in the wrong, you know, way. So always Google before you see. It should start with Serenity. No, it should start with Bank Job, Train Job. I think it starts with Serenity, and Serenity as well is a movie that came out long after the TV series. So you have to watch that as well. It's a fantastic like love proclamation from Joss Whedon to all the fans. So watch Serenity in Bank Job or Train Job or whatever it's called, the second episode. But you can Google it. You know, Google is your friend. Firefly, and then we have what has taken over my number one on the sci-fi TV series list all time, and that is, I don't know what to say about this series. This is, if I'm sad, you know, or you know, in a bad mood, I always watch this series because it makes me so happy. And I have never seen a TV series with so many good characters that really ties everything together and makes this the best soap opera in space ever, and that is Deep Space Nine, DS9, also on a space station like Babylon 5, much smaller though, usually around, you know, between maybe 1,000 and sometimes up to like 2,000 people on it, you know, there were times when many more were there, you know, especially when the Klingons came for visit. I heard that they could have been up to like 4 or 5,000 on, you know, on the station, but usually around 1,300 people, and it's about the life on this space station. And this space station is very far from Earth, and it is situated right beside a wormhole, that takes you to another quadrant, and it wasn't built and put there because of the wormhole. I don't want to say too much, but you will see that in the first season, and it's now. I mean, who has the power on this, of the station now is the Bajorans, but there's also the Federation is also there as well, and there's a captain. No, it's not captain when it comes. It's a commander. So it's, you know, you can call him captain because he eventually he, you know, gets the captain grade. So and it's about him and, you know, his son and everybody that you know, lives on this station. Either they are part of the Federation, or they're Bajorans officers, or they work in the bar, or they're actually tailor, or, you know, whatever, people visiting the station, and or the chief, or, you know what I mean. Doctors, always a doctor in each Star Trek series. And what it makes this series better than any else is that the characters, almost all of them, I would say, is absolutely fantastic. You know, Quark, Odo, Cisco, Yadzia Dax, you know, even Worf, you know, comes in the late third season, beginning of fourth season, you know. He's back. And I don't even like Klingons, but I like Worf, you know. Oh, I could talk forever about DS9. DS9, one day I want to do in a whole episode, and me just talking about Deep Space Nine and my love for it. I know everything in this series. I watched it over 30 times, without a doubt. And it's, oh, you fucking hell, 7 seasons, and most of them are 24 episodes, 26, fucking hell, except the first season. So, and each episode is like 42 minutes long, so you can fucking put that and shove it up your ass. You'll see how many hours I've been watching that shit. But I skip, you know, some episodes. I know which ones are really horrible, and sometimes I skip them so many times that they becomes attractive again for me, so I watch them again. So there's a lot of Star Trek coming up now, and the next one is Next Generation. I watch as well, over and over. Next Generation is a fantastic series, also with fantastic characters. Especially there are like 2-3 really strong characters in the series that makes this series so fantastic. And but there are some, you know, average characters as well. You can see in the first season that they wasn't really as comfortable as you would like them to be in their roles in the first season. So the first season is a bit, you know, it's still, you know, 8.5, but after that, second season and onto the 7th season, it is a fantastic way, and a fantastic series. You know, you follow the Enterprise and the voyage around, you know, unknown places and known places, and you know, it's about the life on board, or, you know, who they interact with or who they meet, or yeah, it's a fantastic TV series. And yeah, I have to say Data is probably one of my favorite characters of all time. Yes, you know, every other Trekkie things as well. And next one we're going to talk about is the series that a lot of people think is not that good to be a Star Trek series, and I disagree. I disagree a lot, except for maybe the last episode of the whole series is shit. But I like Enterprise a lot. Enterprise is in the Star Trek timeline. This is even before Spock and Captain Kirk. This is like the maiden voyage for any ship, you know. And it's not even a federation at this time, and they don't even know who the fucking Klingons are really. So this is set much earlier, and you know the ships are kind of slow if you compare to like 9.5. Now it's around 4. And it's a pretty small ship, you know. It's not like the Enterprise in Next Generation, when it's like 2,000. I think it's like 2,500 people on the Next Generation on Enterprise. Well, this one Enterprise is, I don't know, like 200-300 only. It's a kind of small ship, and they live much more cramped. Really good characters though, and it actually have my favorite character in all Star Trek series in this series, and I absolutely love this character, and that is the Doctor, and he's called Dr. Phlox, and it's my favorite character of all time in any Star Trek, and I advise you to watch Enterprise because it's like I said in Babylon 5. This one is very tied together as well. If you like a lot of episodes that is tied together and not so much like apart episodes like it is more in the Next Generation, Enterprise is for you, and it's the newest one, so it looks really good. If that if you get a boner from that, but yeah, I think it's really good. I think all the people on board is pretty interesting characters. So yeah, Enterprise. It's much better than people say. Don't believe them. Then we got Voyager. Voyager is a fantastic TV series. A lot of people like myself think it's really kicks in season 4. But, it doesn't really have to be everything about because of 7 of 9, and that she's a very beautiful woman. 7 of 9, if you don't know who Voyager is, she's a Borg, a former Borg female, was a human from the beginning, and then she left the collective, and now is part of the Voyager crew. The Voyager crew they got caught in some kind of, I don't want to say what caught them, but they are suddenly in another quadrant. They have like, if they have full speed home, they're gonna be home in like 75 years. So this is the voyage for them kind of back to Earth, and you follow them for 7 seasons. And yeah, it's got one of the worst characters in any fucking Star Trek series ever in it, which is Kes. I fucking hate that character. Without, oh fucking hell, I can't even think about her. It pisses me off. But I also got one of the best as well. One of my best friends, Scott. I don't know if he's watching this. He really hates Neelix, and Neelix is a race they bump into. I think it's even in the first episode. Yeah, it is in the first episode. He's like a scrounger, and he's from a very different race, and he joins the voyage because he doesn't really have a life anymore. But his wife, or girlfriend, is Kes. But Neelix, I really like Neelix. I didn't like him maybe like the first and second time I watched Voyager, but at third, fourth, fifth times I watched Voyager, I kind of started to like him, and I do really like Neelix. He's a fantastic character in the show. He's like a less deceiving kind of Quark in the series. I always dreamt that Quark would, because in the first episode they are at Deep Space Nine, Voyager, the Voyager crew, before they're gonna try to look for this marquee ship, and they meet Quark there. So I kind of wished they said, could have asked Quark, can you, would you know these Badlands better than us? Can you come with us? And he joined them, been on the Voyager the whole way back. I always dreamt that would be the best thing ever, because yeah, it's a cool Voyager. I really like it. The least of the Star Trek series though, but fucking hell, it's still 9.4 or something like that, 9.3. And I don't have the original series here because I don't like it that much. Some episodes is fucking fantastic, but some is so bad it's it gives me a rash. And we have two left. Twin Peaks. I don't know. I've been watching Twin Peaks a lot in the last 10 years, but since it came out, and like 10, 15 years after that, I didn't watch it. So like 10 years ago, I watched it again for the first time, and it has aged like a wine, a good wine, from Northern Italy. It's absolutely amazing. The music, the mode, the people, the characters, fucking everything about this series is so good. Especially like we all say, the first season is unfucking real. Probably the best thing that's ever been made in television history, and the biggest success in television history, at least here in Sweden, because I think we were about 9 million people when it came out, and if I remember right, we were about 3.2 million people watching the series every week, and it was Wednesday. So Thursdays at school, that's all we talked about. Twin Peaks. So it's on the list that I watch over and over again, and as you can see, there's a red line through which series I really like, and that is science fiction. I always like that. So Twin Peaks, I don't want to spoil, but it's kind of a sci-fi as well. It is. If you watched it, it is as well, but not much. It's more like a drama, detective drama. Drama. I don't know what to say about it. It's very different. So different. And now, 25 years later, next year, everybody's coming back. There's a new season, and I can't wait for that. And it's a new Star Trek series coming as well. Star Trek Discovery. I don't want to talk too much about that now, but those two series next year, and I'm set. I'm even looking forward to winter time now because of this. These are coming out winter time, I think. So the next one is actually the only comedy in the bunch, and that is Modern Family. Modern Family is, I always said, like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago, like, it's never gonna be a good comedy again, like Seinfeld or these really big ones. I mean, nowadays it was like How I Met Your Mother, which is absolutely fucking shit. I don't have a clue why people think that is even funny. I mean, they're trying so fucking much to be like Friends, the TV series Friends, but oh my god, the actors are so fucking worse than the Friends actors, and it's not funny. It's not fucking funny. I don't understand what's funny about it. I mean, I don't even think that what's that fucking thing called now? I don't even. That Bazinga guy in is that really funny? Is it? No one in this world is like those guys are. Of course there are fucking geeks everywhere, but I'm a geek, but we are not like so over the top everything. It pissed me off as well. But Modern Family, it's, my god, it's one family but like 3 families, same, they're related, and you follow them in their life, and it is absolutely, I mean, the dad, oh my god, this guy's so spot on about being a dad that thinks he's fucking it, he's the coolest guy in the block, which he's not, but he's fucking fantastic. And then you got the gay couple, which is absolutely, at least one of them is fucking funny, and I absolutely love the interaction with everybody in the series. It has to be one of the best comedies ever, and yeah, so I watched that over and over again, and it's still going. So I'm waiting for episodes that I haven't watched, I think, for season 7. So I also got some honorable mentions that maybe one day will end up on this. Many more that could end up, but I just written a few down. And the first one is a bit quirky for me. Maybe it's Sequest. I really like Sequest, especially 2 first seasons, of course, with the same with that the Jaws. the fuck? I lost my train of thoughts. Yeah, Sequest anyway. I like that. It's like a space ship but underwater. It's good, and it's more childish maybe, but yeah. And another series is V. V's, you know, for victory. V. An old sci-fi that came out in the 80s, which I looked at a lot when I was younger. I really loved it. It's like I think it's like 2 miniseries and 1 longer series. I have them all, I think. But that might be something I'm gonna start looking into. And I also wrote Arrested Development, which is one of the best comedies ever made, I think. I didn't like the reboot of it, the new season that came out like a couple of years ago, but you know that it was, you know, they were a bit, I don't know, took it way too far in that one. But I really like Arrested Development. Very smart, kind of fucked up comedy. It's awesome. And then I had a classic British comedy that I absolutely love. I watched it back in the days a lot with my British adopted best mate I had back then. I still, you know, kind of have back now as well. I don't see him that often, sadly, but we always watch a lot of Jeeves and Wooster, which is awesome. And the last one is also a British classic. And I remember I gave this series to my dad as a Christmas present this Christmas, and he still to this day always, you know, always says when he, you know, sees me, you know, that he absolutely loved this series, you know. And he was kind of also the guy that really made me watch this series as well, because I really didn't watch it you know, when it came out. I really didn't watch it until he, you know, come on, sit down with me and watch this. This is so good. And that is, yeah, Hornblower, Horatio Hornblower, about this young captain in the British fleet in the 1800s, 1900s, 1800s. Oh, fucking hell, 1826. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, and almost like all episodes are like a movie length. So yeah, it's not a huge series in that sense, and that is many episodes. But yeah, I've definitely watched that. It's more like it's every episode is like a TV movie, you know. So you get what I mean. So yeah, this is a community question. So do you have something that you watch over and over again? And I really want to know. And I can just mention a couple of movies that I watched over and over again, and that is what's that one called? Absolutely Genius, I think it's called. I watched that, I don't know, 50 times. Breakfast Club, Blade Runner, Can't Buy Me Love, Stand By Me, It. Almost every movie made from Stephen King's books I watched so many times, it's fucking unreal. Yeah, so please do video response, you know, that would be cool. You know, you don't have to do this long as I did, you know. This is fucking boring, listen to me ramble about my love for sci-fi and TV series. So do what you want. It could be music, TV series, or movies. Anything else, you know. Maybe playing a fucking video game over and over again. Fucking hell, why didn't I think about that? Yeah, so please let me know, and I would love if you VR this motherfucker. Until next time, be nice, guys. Be nice.